Yeah, it should be okay.
Well, as long as it's okay, because we're live now and the fans are watching everything you're doing. We've been watching you since you were in the bathroom, so we won't discuss that. So there you go. How you doing?
I'm okay. I've got, for the first time after a very long time, I don't believe I've done it before. I'm not going to smoke today. I've got a
You've done
sinus
that.
thing going. I've got a sinus thing
That's
going on.
why.
And it's been going on for like 2 or 3 days. And
Okay.
I tried cigaring it out yesterday.
Good boy.
And it was okay, but I haven't slept properly last night, and I'm all sinusy, so I thought just go a little bit low, go
I
a little
thought it was
bit down.
because I thought it was the announcement that the president of Colombia made, where he says cocaine is just like wine and whiskey; it should be sold on shelves. I thought maybe that's why you were having a problem this morning. But actually,
That
I'm,
that might be subconsciously why I'm having the problem, because I have a good radar for this kind of stuff, if you know
I
what I
see
mean.
that. And to let you know, the other fascinating thing um, is that, and I am a doctor. I mean, granted, finance and economics, but I suggest you smoke because that will clear your sinuses. It's a medical fact. And the cigar analyst says,
I'm,
it says, "How
no,
are we
but
doing, gents?"
you know what's happening. I'm smoking. I've been smoking. Like, I haven't smoked today.
Right.
The last thing I smoked was like yesterday afternoon. I'm just
Okay.
kind of having that nasally
Mm.
kind of thing going on.
Hmm.
And
I
I
know.
thought, no, but I thought today that
Yeah.
if I'm going to just give it a little bit of a rest, I can actually talk about some of the interesting cigars I smoked in the last couple of days,
Very
or three
nice.
days even. Two interesting cigars when
Oh,
Usman
hold
comes
on.
on.
Hold that thought. Before we do that, you know what we should do? We should technically do this for the kids.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
It's not Saturday already, is it?
Welcome to Habanos Saturday, the fastest growing cigar show on YouTube with over 100,000 subscribers. Come join us every Saturday live. Every Saturday live.
Now that we've done that disclaimer, yes, you can tell the kids what you smoked. And to all our fans, I know Cigar Analyst is watching. So good morning to you or good afternoon. And you just heard how Riz is doing. Apparently he's dying. So we're going to miss him.
Well, I'm not
But
dying.
here's what you
I
do.
thought today. I thought instead of smoking a cigar, I'm a little bit nasally. I've got a little bit. There's something going around in the sort of London air. People have been
Mhm.
unwell as of late, and I haven't. But I've got this thing going on. Anyway,
Yeah.
gives me a chance to talk about two. Where is Usman, by the way?
He's supposedly going to show up. But
Okay,
he's
so
fashionably late because he's like, what is
fashionably
he, like
late.
14? He's
Well, that's
14.
what
He's got the
happens
beard. That's what
when you
happens.
go to
Yeah.
Hollywood parties. That's what happens, and this is a
And,
party,
we're
a
not
party
invited
on
to
them.
those. We don't go to the swanky things.
This is it, mate. This is
This,
this is what
this
you're
is
gonna
this. My
get.
Swanky is like, talking about
And
Swanky. Look who's here live with us. I
and
see he dressed for the
and
day.
don't forget the word swanky contains the word wank.
Well, that's why he's Swanky. Welcome to the show, Isman. Glad you come in.
Usman's got a very serious look on his face.
He
Very
does.
serious.
It looks like he's constipated. I'm not
It
sure.
looks like he can't hear us.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
even better.
He can't see us and he can't hear us. He's trying to work
That's
out what
wow.
the hell is going on.
That's like the perfect date. Anyway, um, now he can't hear or see us. That's cool. We should just continue and he'll jump in when he can.
Hello?
Hello, darling. How are you? Good to see you. Up. Cheerio.
No. He's blank. He
He's
can't
blank.
see. I
No,
don't think
that's
he can see us. Maybe he can see us. He can't hear us. I think there
no.
is a Bluetooth. Technology is meant to be. You know what? Remember,
We can't hear
we can
you, but we
see
see you.
you. We can
His
see
headset's not
you,
working.
but we can't hear you.
Welcome to live, everybody. This is what we like. We're nothing but
Well, you know what?
professional
This
here.
this reminds me of that great joke
Hmm.
about that movie Independence Day. Do you remember what year that came out? Independence Day. Independence Day came out sort of like 96-ish,
Right,
95,
right.
96. Am I right?
That's before.
Vaguely
I
right?
think so. I think
It
that's
was
before
about
Will
30
Smith
years
slapped
ago.
the guy.
It
Yeah.
was about 30 years ago. And the way that Jeff Goldblum defeated the aliens in the end was
Right.
to
With the
take
cigar.
a spaceship into the mother alien ship,
Oh,
and he
that's how I defeat him.
uploaded a virus
Yeah.
onto their computer.
Yeah.
We can't talk on Zoom properly 30 years later, and he
Right.
managed to upload a virus onto an alien mothership.
And you know what he did it? He did it with an Apple computer,
He did
which
with Apple
makes
computers.
which I think is fascinating because apparently Apple's taking over the world with everybody else. But now, so we're going to talk about cigars. You sent me a whole bunch of things from Davos. I don't know if we're going to discuss that today, but if Usman comes in, I'm sure we're going to hear the history of cigars.
Thank you for reminding me about the Davos things. I was going to ask you because of the I have a low memory retention rate. What did I send you? What was the specific thing I
The
sent you about
gentleman, the gentleman in Davos was saying you need to tax not only the rich but the corporations.
tax?
Maybe we should watch.
Okay, so what he was talking about was that taxation makes sense.
Yes,
Okay,
he
the
was.
world, generally speaking, the whole point of taxation has been lost. Really, it's
Right.
to line governments and individuals' pockets. It used to be about it was a mutual thing about collecting money and
Right.
serving the community. That's what it was. It was like more
Yeah.
like a cooperative, if you feel
Correct.
like it, right?
But we
That's
did a
what the
show,
purpose of tax was, right?
and just so everybody knows, this morning on Lost Dollar Business Club, which aired just before this show, we had Morris Pearl from the Patriotic Millionaire Club, and
Patriotic
their
Millionaire Club. There's a
their 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 hypothesis on how the rich should be taxed, very interesting. I still say we should tax corporations and like people. We're not getting anything for the money, so let the companies do it. They're the ones making trillions. People aren't. But anyway, it was a very interesting dialogue. He used to be with BlackRock, so if you're interested in that, there you go. And we can discuss that in more length. Usman's back again for you people on the podcast. Can you hear us, Usman?
euros.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Oh, there he is. He's back.
There's a different look. Before it was a look of consternation or
Mm.
constipation, even. But there was a look of
Whatever.
whatever.
Hi, Stephen. How are you?
Hey, good, Usman. How are
I-
you?
I'm well as
I'm
well.
well. I'm
okay as well.
I'm sure you missed me because the big guy
Is he doing that
was.
salute? Is the smart doing that
Whoa,
salute?
whoa, whoa. We don't need another Nazi salute like Elon does. Calm down. We're not that type of a show.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, Stephen, I'm sure you're well because the big guy already knows I'm well, and I know he is well because we spoke like half hour ago since he was calling me 1.5 hours ago, and that's like the regular Saturday. So
The regular, like, what are we talking about? What are you going to talk about? Yeah, I got it. I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair
But the
enough.
nice,
Are any of you interested in the two interesting, well, in different ways, interesting cigars that I smoked in the last 3 days?
oh my God,
Uh,
yes. I'm on the
oh
edge of my seat. Let me tell
wow!
you. I mean, if I,
Oh
oh my, if I don't
wow!
know, I could die.
The answer is
I
yes or
think
no.
if I'm not wrong, he wants to tell us about something which he is rated at somewhere around 6 out of 10. Please go on,
Lower,
brother.
lower.
Oh,
Lower.
5.38 if I'm not wrong,
It was
right?
5.983 actually.
Mhm.
Five.
Right. So
I'm
the
more
purpose,
interested in how. No, I'm more
you
interested.
see,
I'm
there's
more
the
interested
rationale.
in. I'm more interested in knowing how did the number of 5.983 came in as
That
compared to any
I
other
can
number.
explain it,
Right.
and the best
Please
thing
do
is
that.
I can explain it. Right.
That's going to be
Mm-hmm.
So
scary.
I was comparing notes. So first of all, the cigar that I smoked yesterday was
Yes.
released into the UK market the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So it was released the night before,
Congratulations.
but I smoked it the next day. It was
You're
released
special.
to trade. I'm not part of trade. That's why I smoked it.
Right,
Usman
right.
will tell you the name of the cigar.
La Flor de Cano, Reino Unido. Say,
Reino Unido.
Unido.
Exclusivo Reino
Exclusivo,
Unido.
Oh,
exclusivo.
yeah, you got to throw the exclusive in
So
there.
this
That's
is
like
one of
just
those.
any other
This is
cigar.
for me. This is one of those rare occasions
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
where I go off the beaten track and I try one of these Cuban cigars. This regional edition. Usman knows I don't really believe in this regional edition nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
From a buyer's perspective, I don't mind trying them, yeah, but from
for
a
free,
buyer's
sure. I try them too.
perspective, I've felt that the extra band, the extra level of exclusivity is
Yeah.
just another blend, and they make a limited edition of those, and that's fine, and everyone wants to smoke them. So this is a UK edition. This was 5,000 boxes of 25 cigars were released on Thursday night. Am I right,
Okay.
Usman?
What? Yes, sir. You're absolutely right.
Okay, and they were released at the Churchill Bar and Terrace in London, and virtually anyone who I know is in the industry was there, from AJ Patel and his family who run Number Six to Christian who runs Tom Tom, and no end of others. Mitchell was there, etc., etc.,
Well,
etc.
if Mitchell wasn't there, I wouldn't have been a party.
Yeah, Mitchell wasn't there. You damn
So.
right, you nailed that, right? Okay, and various scavengers and vultures were there as
Sure.
well. Usman is going to keep his head low in case I stick my head up, and then Usman will feel embarrassed. But he said, "Okay, no, I'm not like that. There's a time and place for everything, Usman. But there is a time and place for everything.
This is the
Yeah,
time and the
right."
place. So here we go. Hold on to your seats, kids. It's going to be one of those kind of
Okay,
shows.
so I smoked a cigar yesterday. It's called, now I'm doing a little bit of self-education on vitolas.
Okay.
And this is why
Wow.
I've been doing a few sort of tongue-in-cheek, humorous posts about how ignorant I am about vitolas. Now, I'm not ignorant about vitolas, but I'm ignorant about the naming culture of vitolas. So this is the
Okay.
various sizes, lengths, ring gauges on cigars. And they're important in the sense that, when people take great interest in football teams, they need to know who is the goalkeeper and who is the defender and who's the
Right.
midfielder, and people who are at nerd level really take that thing seriously, and that's fine, right? I don't. Okay, I just play for the whole football team. But in this particular instance, the name of this vitola is, as Mom will tell you, it's a Cervantes, and
Excuse
the
me.
Cervantes.
See the
Uh,
way he says it. The way he
Oh,
says
it's
it.
the
See.
vent. It's very
Cervantes,
fancy.
and I'm more, and now that I'm taking an interest in these things, I'm going a
Yeah.
little bit beyond, because I want to know what Cervantes means. I
Okay.
don't just want to know the name. Cervantes generally in Spanish means servants. Generally means servants, but it is also the name, the surname of someone who was there's a lot of names that have been carried forward, some from literature, some from Spanish nobility, etc. There was a Spanish ship that was a galleon that was beached in Australia that was called the Cervantes. So I don't know. Habanos would know where this name comes from, but the meaning is servant. So
Okay.
the only reason I'm telling you this is that I've gone to a little bit of detail so that I can remember these things. Otherwise, I don't remember vitola sizes,
Right.
and I
Right.
don't remember vitolas. And so that is the factory vitola. It's called the Cervantes. And Usman might be able to tell you that there are other brands that have that vitola size. Am I
Okay.
right, Usman?
Usman's busy posting to let everybody know that we're live. He's working right now.
Is Usman
So
frozen, or is Usman
I don't
asleep?
know. I think he fell asleep. You know, at his age,
I think he's just sitting there.
I think he fell asleep, like usual. Okay.
I think he's frozen because that's remarkably still.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I smoked a cigar yesterday, and I was trying
Right.
to explain just now why I gave it a rating of 5.983 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay, right. So when I smoked this cigar, it's I couldn't tell you the actual length. It's sort of like a Toro size length, if anyone knows, but it's
Okay.
a very small ring gauge, about 43 ring gauge, 42 ring gauge. I took 3 hours and 3 minutes to smoke the cigar. My
I know.
smoking is
I saw the post. I
yeah,
saw that.
very, very slow. Lots of retrohaling, slow
Okay.
retrohaling, fast retrohaling, because you get different kind of flavor notes depending on how much smoke you take in and how quickly
Right.
and rapidly you blow it out too. So I got very mild accents from this cigar. I got a little bit of dry cedar on the back of my sinus, which is why my sinus is being a little bit affected today.
Gotcha.
Um, I got a little bit of floral notes. I don't know. It's because my sinus is affected. Maybe there was more floral. You know when you get that kind of aroma that's almost you're reaching for. It's like a sort of a flowery kind of
Sure.
aroma. You can get that. Interestingly, about halfway through the cigar, I thought I could taste some sort of licoricey kind of accent, but no, mainly the cigar remained linear, and linear means that it continued at the same pace with the same kind of notes. I
Right.
found it was a little bit green. It's a brand new cigar. It came straight out of a box. Smoked it at Tom Tom. Guess where I would
There's
have
there's
smoked it.
there's a shocker.
There's a shock. I smoked it at Tom Tom. Smoked it in isolation. Great. great air extraction
Okay.
at a low level so that I could see my cigar smoke. In fact, I posted a photo of the cigar smoke issuing from that cigar.
Yeah.
And I basically sat there going, "This isn't bad. This is
Okay.
not bad. This is basically not bad at all. It's not a, it's not a great, amazing cigar. It's
Right.
just not bad." So I was comparing notes with one of the chaps, Marshall at number six. He thought he gave it about a 6 out of 10. And I thought,
Okay.
no, it's got to be a touch under. It can't be 5.9. It can't be five. Those are those numbers are a bit meaningless. That number has to have something more interesting to it, so
Right.
someone
Right.
stops and makes a comment. So 5.983.
Okay. Very good. And the interesting part of it is that we've discussed this, I think, on and off air, is that when you, the great and powerful Riza, better known as the Wizard of Oz, makes a recommendation that
The
you
Wizard
actually
of Rez, the Wizard
the
of
Wizard of
Rez.
Rez, the Wizard of Rez moves the market. So Davidoff owes us money, EGM, and now apparently these people will owe us money because we're moving the market for them. Once we recommend a cigar, apparently the next day you can't get it.
Well, I want to
So
move the
there you
market
go.
into my pocket. Really,
Well, we're trying. Yeah, I mean there's that thing. So well, that's good.
each little lick of the waves
Oh, here
counts
we go. There we
towards
go.
the grand ocean that is forming.
Oh my God. Well, folks, you heard it
I
here.
thought that up on the spot, by the way.
I can I tell you, you're a poet and you don't even know it.
No, no,
But
I
the
do
good,
know it. I
well,
do
I
know
know
it.
because you're modest. But the funny thing is that we do move markets. So if you guys are in London or elsewhere and you hear this, I would suggest after the show, not now, after the show, you better go out and buy it because to Sunday there'll be none left. We found that out with the Davidoff Year of the Snake, and we found that off with the EGMs. Their sales went up. So there you go.
I'm gonna say to Usman, this La Flor de Cano, the band feels a little cheap compared to the rest of the Cuban brands. Has Usman frozen again? Usman is constantly freezing. He looks like he's staring me out, but he's
Yeah.
actually freezing.
I think you know what the problem is that I think the kids
He's
are
just
home
frozen,
watching.
and he's
He's
really
frozen.
frozen.
He's really frozen again. Yeah, he's
Mm.
frozen again. Oh, welcome to Pakistan. They don't have internet. I guess they didn't feel the durable. Anyway, I was going to ask him what the history lesson was going to be today, but we'll have to wait for him to come back. So tell us about your second cigar while we wait for Usman to get internet connection.
Now, the second cigar, there's more of an anecdote with the second
Okay.
cigar. So the second cigar is one that you're going to be slightly interested in. I was going to pitch it to you and
Okay.
say that, Stephen, perhaps you should get a tin of these.
Okay.
So you must have seen one of my story posts
Is
about
that the EGM?
yeah.
I
So
saw the tin. I posted it.
so what was the name of the tin? It said the EGM
And it was blue and white. It looked very nice.
Well, it's a grayish tin. It's very nice, very elegant tin. And
Yep.
what happened is, this is at the beginning of the week. I was walking towards Tom Tom.
Of course you were. Where else are you going to go?
I was walking towards Tom Tom with a friend of mine who's just
Right.
arrived from Pakistan. We were going to go for a smoke, and I
Sure.
bumped into the very nice chap who is the head of social media marketing for EGM.
Oh, very nice.
A guy called Luke.
Luke.
And he had some of the new EGM goodies on him.
Ooh.
And if Usman can remember, Usman, do you remember when I posted that EGM short? What it's called in the tin? It's a Castelletto, something like that.
When he just
EGM
posted
who?
there he goes.
EGM who?
I don't know. You tell me.
In the
I
tin.
can't. I can't remember. I'd have to go on. I'd have to go into my files. Okay,
Well, first
I'll
of
go
all,
into my files.
Oh,
first of all, the fact
That's
that
actually very ill-informed of me.
the first of all that Luke from EGM isn't watching.
uh-huh.
That's very upsetting. He should be typing in the comment section.
Cigaritos,
Telling you. There you
the
go.
EGM cigaritos.
Cigaritos.
Basically,
Excuse me.
So there's a mixture
basically
of a
that's an
cigar and a
alternate.
cigarette. Sorry.
Basically, that's an alternate to the minis and the clubs that come in the
This is
Cuban.
more club size. This is more club size because it's a long cigar. Had a V cut. It's a cocktail cigar. It's the kind of cigar that you go to a swish party, standing on the balcony, you got a martini in your hand, and you want to pretend that you're smoking a cigar. Well, not pretend, but you're smoking a cigar without really investing too much time. I would have thought 15, 20-minute smoke. I smoked it in that amount of time, 15, 20 minutes. And it has that typical EGM Dominican leaf light, medium kind of flavor, 1 or 2 notes on it. There you go.
I have
But
a
the tins
question
are
though.
quite nice. You could just put them in your top pocket there. You can whip it
Oh,
out, cut,
whoa!
like boom.
Let's not be whipping things out on the air. So I have a question. First of all, what man really drinks a martini? What kind of man is that? That's not a man. You're drinking a scotch. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, let's drink scotch. We drink whiskey. We drink like manly
The
drinks.
thing
We're
is,
gonna have a
when you go
chocolate
out onto
martini.
when you go out onto the terrace is not a place to have a whiskey. The terrace is a place to hold a martini,
I thought
casually.
you said it's a place to have a mistress. Sorry, I was somewhere else. No, what do I know?
There you go.
Okay, there you have it.
But the reason I said this martini and terrace is a party. It's a party piece. It's a party cigar. That's why.
So it's for
If you
people
can,
that have no clue. I got it. Okay, very nice.
well, draw out of that what you will.
I will. So either bring your cigars with you and be a man and light up and be on the terrace like a man for a while. But why are you going to smoke a 15-minute? Like, you might as well roll up a newspaper. You get the same thing. Not that I don't like EGM cigars. I love them. But I'm just saying it's kind of a waste. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you're going to walk the dog, you smoke that. That's my opinion. Like a little perfecto type thing.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's how I do it. I don't know. What do I know? I 90% of the time I only smoke non-Cubans, and
To
you
be
guys make
very
fun of
honest
me.
with you, I don't smoke these minis. I don't.
Yeah.
I may have
You know
had
who
one
smokes the
maybe a
minis?
year and a half
Midgets.
ago.
Yeah, only midgets smoke the minis. And the other thing with the midget, when a small person waves, that's a midget. Is that a microwave? Anyway, I think that's what we have to look at. So I'm just saying.
Actually, that's a question. That's a question I might pose to Usman. Usman, what is the time and place to smoke a mini, if at all?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask him about the midget waving. Go ahead.
Well, in my opinion,
Yes.
it is just like when you have less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, but then a cigarette will suffice.
Yeah, but who smokes cigarettes? It's all poison and crap in it.
What are you talking about? How can you, of all the people, I thought you were a very well mannered gentleman, and you were talking about
I give
smoking
that impression.
cigarettes.
I give
No,
that impression.
you're talking about cigarettes. Oh my
Yeah, really.
God!
On
You're
a
just at
cigar
a
show.
yeah.
And don't
You're
forget,
just you. No, no.
don't
I'm
forget,
just at the
the
brink.
word
I'm just
cigarette
at the
starts with
brink.
cigar.
Yeah, I'm just at the brink of disowning you, my friend. That's not okay.
Okay, let me ask you the question another way. Do people in Cuba smoke minis? I doubt it. No one smokes
No.
minis. I
Well,
think it's
I
for a
think
foreign market. It's a foreign
I
market
think
thing.
I think so. They do.
Really?
They
They
do.
come. Well, they come from there. I mean, see, again, for short time, it's like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes thing. You're just walking and you want to have something or something.
I
I don't
think
know.
the minis, if the minis 8 to 15 minutes long, I think it's really, if you're like,
No,
you're in the mood for a
eight to
cigar.
15. No, they're
It's
not 8 to 15
What
minutes
is
long.
it
My
then? 5
recollection,
minutes?
it's
the only mini I believe I've smoked is the Trinidad minis.
Okay.
those are not
They
minis.
just
Those are
did some.
shorts. Those are
Okay.
shorts. There's a difference between the shorts and the minis.
Yeah, but see, if it's
Okay.
only going to be 5 minutes, you can't even walk your dog and enjoy that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't get it.
So okay. So what I think about them, it is
Yes.
like you work in an office where you are not allowed to smoke indoors or in the office,
You should quit.
and instead, yeah. So I agree with you. I agree with you. But instead of taking or be able to smoke a cigar, you want to smoke a cigarette or something. So instead of smoking a cigarette, because you're being a gentleman or gentlewoman, you go out, have a mini, quick 5 minutes, short break, smoke that, come back, and that's it. It's just a quick punch that gives you right there and then. Having said that, I personally do not like the minis or the clubs. In that short format, the only thing that I prefer or I like are the shorts or the burritos, because those still feel reasonable to me because they are like 8 minutes, 10 minutes kind of thing. Minis and clubs are like less than 5 minutes thing and just like puff it and throw it away.
Can I
And
ask you
just say,
another
and
question?
wait,
And
just so
that
you know,
question.
just wait, let me just say this. One of our fans, his name is Info. His parents must not have loved him when he named him. He says, minis are fun. Are you drunk? To answer your question, yes.
I
So
no,
there you go.
this I can now that I've heard the question and
Yeah,
I've read the name,
yeah.
I am very certain this comment is to our dear beloved friend Raza by our dear friend Mustafa, because
Oh,
that
then
is
that's okay.
that's it looks like it, because the kind of question that
Yes,
is.
well understood. That's Mustafa. Mustafa, hi. By the way, I forgot to say hi to Ali. Ali's religiously on here. So
Yes.
my regards. Shout out to Ali and oh,
Shout
can
out
I
to
just
all
say
our
one other
fans.
thing? Can I just say one
Yeah,
other thing?
please,
Ali,
please.
very recent. So Ali is cigar analyst. We were talking about Camachos last episode or the episode before
Oh,
that,
crap.
Yeah.
and this gentleman went out, got a Camacho Connecticut, tried to smoke it. I have no idea what he thought about it, but he posted as well. So
I
Well,
absolute.
seriously need to.
Ali, tell us what you thought of the Camacho before I go. Before I buy
I
one. Go ahead.
I seriously need to stop missing the shows because the day I miss, you guys talk about all the crap in the world. Especially if you guys wasted people's time on Camachos,
No, no.
I seriously
First of all,
feel sorry for them, for the fans right now. Oh my
no, here's what we
god.
did. We talked about the cigar band with the parrot on it. So I did some research about
The
that.
San Cristobal, the San
The San
Cristobal.
Cristobal. But here I did some research, and that's from the same people that they make the cigar that you love, my father's cigar. So I
I
was
don't
like,
love
gonna
them.
Seriously,
seriously,
I
and I
don't love
was
seriously,
them.
I don't.
no.
I'm not a fan.
Rizzo
I'm
doesn't
not
like
a
him either. I'm being very sarcastic because he said to me, "You
Okay,
should
fine.
try that and let us know what you think." So I did some research, and I was like, "If my father makes it, and we all think my father's cigars suck, why would I go spend money on the parrot?" I'm like, I
Well,
can,
I've had two, and both of them were like I don't understand how. Anyway, this one
I
was about
have
to
I
say
have
something.
I have a different point of view on that contest, Stephen,
okay,
because the same factory or the same people who make my father's cigars,
yeah,
they make Tatuais as well. And for a
okay,
change, Tatuais are very decent. Of course, I understand my father is owned by the Garcia family, whereas
right,
Tatuai is done by Pete Johnson, but they're done in the same factory. And
yeah,
apparently it is from the same. So the blends are different, but the sources are same. So they are actually very different cigars. It is similar to the fact that nubs are made by Oliva Cigar Company. I like the
right,
nubs and I don't like the Olivas. So
right.
so so
Yeah, I
so
met Pete
so
Johnson. I like Pete Johnson, and I like his cigars. Like I've had his cigars, I enjoy those. But my father's, I'm
yeah.
like, all right, maybe I
No,
will try the
no, I
parrot
can't.
cigar.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just
But I like
giving a
it.
reason that maybe if
Boy, you're
maybe it's a different. So that's why.
that's true. And by the way, Cigar Analyst says Usman is definitely the voice of reason between the trio. No kidding. But it's not shocking to anybody. We all know that. What the hell? So, but thanks for pointing out the
Uh-oh.
obvious.
Thank
So
thank you, Ellie. Thank you very much. I
now,
know you missed me in last week, so it's all right. Thank you.
listen.
Thank
Everyone missed you
you.
last week. We got thousands. All right, we got two emails that said how much they missed you. So here's the thing: we missed the history of a cigar last week. So what
Of
is the
course,
history this week of what
I was
cigar?
I was actually waiting for once the riff raff happens and then we actually come to the show. So yes, of course.
Fairly us. So
The I'm going to talk about the cigar history of a cigar, which actually talks about the
Focusing,
brilliance,
focusing.
brilliance, and the glory of
Mm.
Cuba, La
Mm.
Gloria Cubana.
Oh,
Raza
nice
in the
cigar.
stream with audio only. What are you talking about? Raza, come back. All right. So
He's got to go to the restroom. Keep going.
fair enough. All right. Right. So La Gloria Cubana was launched in 1885, and it's a pre-revolution brand for now. Till 1954, it changed its hands twice, once in 1905 and then 1954,
Okay.
when it was taken over by the Cifuentes family. 1965, they said, sell this thing up, we're not talk about it. And the brand got discontinued. However, it was reinstated post-revelation. And as of now, it is one of those brilliant cigars or brilliant brands which make the only two slim formats, which is the slim panatillas. My favorite, La Gloria Cubana Media D4. That
Okay.
is what is coming out of this. They've added two more cigars very recently, and when I say very recently, in the last 2-3 years, because this brand was left with only one Vitola in standard production, which was the Media D4. So the other two Vitolas are Turcoinos and La Gloria Glorias, or the with the factory name as Flechas. So these are the three regular production cigars in the portfolio as of now. However, the most important thing about the La Gloria Cubana is that it is one of those absolutely great choices for the regionals and comes in with a lot of regional editions, and has a lot of variety to play with. There is some
Interesting.
background noise from any one of you guys. I'm not sure what is happening, but yeah. Yep. So it was short and sweet because the brand is very small in terms of the Vitolario. So I've kept it to the least for now. Hello, boys. Can you hear me?
That was the quickest 5 minutes you've ever done. That was like 3 minutes. But I will say we
Yeah.
can get the Lagoria here in America. We get the non, and they're very good.
Yes, you do.
I've had those,
Yes,
and
yes.
they are a nice, strong cigar, and I enjoy those
I,
smokes.
I actually smoked one La Gloria Cubana Glorias very recently, and that reminded me of the fact that I need to get a few of those more. I have been missing them a lot.
Yeah, no, that's a
And
great
and
smoke
and
here.
yes, and the best thing about it, now that you've poked the bear, I need to show you something. I
Uh-oh.
seriously need to show you
And remember,
something which
We're all
it's a
digging in. We're
it's
all looking for the stock.
I know, right? Remember, it's an R-rated show, so you can only show so much, kids. So there you go. This is great for the people on the podcast. Just so you know, the guys are going through their cigar dumpster, as we
Stock.
like to call it, where they have all their bands to pull out a band to show the fans. And if you're on
Oh,
the
here's
podcast,
one.
you're going to miss it.
Here's one Stephen's gonna like, by the way. Oh, there you go.
So
There's
there
La
you
Gloria
go.
Cabana.
There's La Gloria. Sure, I've got those in non-Cubans. There's a beauty. There you have it. Using the
that
proper
is the
fingering.
and if I'm not wrong, this is one of the
Yes.
most beautiful and decorated bands as of now, or the non-conventional bands with the picture of or the imitation of a person and all of that. So really, really, really nice
It
band.
looks slightly cartoony to me.
It's better than the parrot.
I agree with you.
It's better than the
Oh,
parrot.
by the way, just in
Mhm.
traveling through bands, I found something that Stephen, even Osman might be interested in. Have a look at this.
Let me say, what is that? What
Whatever.
is that? I can
Some
barely
some
see. It's something. It looks. What is
something
it?
something Cuba under it is written. I don't know what is written.
Yeah, we
Well,
can't.
Zoom
it's too
out?
the
Zoom out.
resolution. The resolution ain't there on
Yeah,
that.
No, no, Raza,
that's,
can you put a hand behind this so that we
there you
can
go.
actually see the?
I can't read it. What's it? I can't see
No,
it. It's
take
blurry.
zoom out, Raza, zoom out a little more. Yeah, stay there, stay there, stay there. Okay, so the only thing I can still read is Cuba, nothing else.
I like the band, but what's it say? We can't see it.
Raza,
So
you'll have to read it for us. Raza,
Well,
you'll have to read it for us.
well, this probably Stephen can get in the USA. Underneath in black, it says
yes.
Oliva. It says
Oh, this
Oh,
is
Oliva,
Oliva.
Olive.
and
Why
on
was
top
it
of
Oliva.
looking
that,
like? Why
yeah,
was it
I
looking like
know, I
Cuba?
know, and on top of that, it says Mitchell Orchard.
Oh wow.
Oh, Michelario. So this was a
No, this is
Michelario.
no. This is not a Michelero. This is a
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell Orchard Special Edition Oliva, which I'm sure that Stephen could probably get in the USA, given that it
Yeah,
is.
I only like certain Olivas. Like I'm not an Oliva fan where I'm going to buy everything. I like their.
No, that's interesting. It just I happened to pull it
Yeah,
out the
I like
bag.
that though. That's very cool. We all know that my favorite is this, the CAO
Oh
Brazilian
yes, CR Brazilian.
Amazon.
Amazon.
This is the
Any
big
given day.
smoke,
Here's a treat.
and
Here's a treat for the cigar analyst.
yeah. Well, let's get a close up of this.
You do
Oh,
not
much
need a
love.
close up
There
of
you
this
go.
crap. You do not
Woo!
need. See, okay,
Look at that.
okay. Now that you've shown all of that crap things, I'm gonna show you something. This
Okay.
is a
That's a
cigar when you have to
squeezy.
respond to these things. Can you read something in this one?
We can't really
League
read it.
League of the Fat Bastards.
Okay.
See, this
Well,
is so. If
here
you
we
if
go.
you this one was
Mhm.
even better than crappy Camacho.
Okay, wait. Now, this is going to do. We're doing a cigar thing. Oh, I like that one. Look at Picasso.
That's a
Yeah.
special edition cigar. I think it's an
Really?
AJ
Mm,
Fernandez.
I showed you guys
okay.
a penthouse cigar. Nobody was impressed when I whipped
Oh,
my
I
penthouse
can't
cigar out.
quite believe. You know, when we get to the collection thing, it sends me on a little bit of a journey. Yeah, I can't quite believe I've got this. I can't quite believe it. I don't really like the cigar.
Show it.
Oliva V, there it is. I love it. That's great. The Oliva V. And Bryce, just so you know, your friend, the cigar analyst,
I've
says
smoked a
yes, the
hell of a lot of
Camacho
crap
was
as well.
amazing. Yeah, you just so you
just
know,
just because
cigar
a few of
analyst
my
thinks it was amazing.
just because a few of my friends had been asking me to smoke it. I smoked one Oliva very recently again,
Oh,
and I
that's an
was
old.
and yeah, and no, this is an Oliva O,
Mhm.
right? And I was reaffirmed that
That you don't like it.
my palate and my senses are still exactly in the place where they should be.
This is Usman's
There you go.
favorite cigar. Ready?
There we go.
Oh fucking hell!
Which one is that one? Oh, go.
Shitty Gurkha, the shitty
Yeah,
Gurkhas.
Gurgan. Yeah. I know those.
Terrible,
I've had
terrible
them. They used to,
cigars.
when they first came out 100 years ago, I used to smoke the Beast. And I will tell you, the Beast was a great smoke. And then all of a sudden, a couple of years into the Beast being produced, it became a crappy smoke, and I'm not sure why. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
just, yeah, the Beast used to be really good. I used to smoke the Beast quite a bit. There it is. Here he is with his Camacho, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, he has a Camacho box because there was a time when he finished
There,
all
That's
the
what I was
Camachos from
smoking.
Pakistan.
there.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
finished
yeah.
all the Camachos from Pakistan and took all of
I
them with
did
him.
finish all the Camachos in Pakistan.
And the cigar
Trust
analyst
me.
wants to know from both of you. Oliva be like, who hurt you, bro?
they,
I love it.
they did.
I know.
Okay,
Oliva completely
okay,
hurt me.
okay. If we're actually being serious recommendations, this is
Sure.
not a bad recommendation. Not
Okay.
a bad recommendation. Usman might agree. I think this is very good bang for buck Cuban smoking. I believe this is the Centrofino. It's the Viguero.
Okay, so when we are talking about the Vagueros, I would request everyone to take the name with respect. One, because of its relevance to the farmers, because Vaquero actually means farmers, and two, because in my opinion, this is one of the most underrated Cuban brands.
Really?
Yes, and it is the only, as they say, value volume brand,
Okay.
volume brand, which means it comes in bundles or in the packs of bigger
Comes in 16.
concentration,
Comes in tins of 16.
tins
Okay.
of 16s or boxes of 16s for each concentration of 20 in absolutely great prices, which are less than even $6-7 types. uh, and these are the only volume brands which are a long filler, unlike the Quinteros and
A lot
Jose
of
El
historical
Piedras,
smokes in here.
because Quinteros and Jose El Pedras are short fillers, while this is a long filler. And if you have Vigueros and if you have them for a
Under
little bit more,
underrated,
amazing.
underrated, underrated cigar.
Completely underrated
Okay.
cigar.
Well, and being a Jew, and I heard that they're cheaper than my CAO Brazilian Amazon. You know what I'm going to be buying.
Oh yeah.
So there you
Oh
go.
yes. Oh yes. They are
So
surely much better. They're surely much better than the CEO Brasilia. That I can tell you, because I like the CEO Brasilia for sure.
I know
Which
you
is
do.
why I'm saying, which is why I'm saying, in comparison, if you get the Vaqueros, please take them. They're much better than that.
I will make an effort to try to get them. But once again, now that
Hmm.
we have the new orange person in the White House with his son Elon Trump, we have to be careful on what we order, because we don't
Elon
want to be
Trump.
stopped at the border. Yeah, Elon Trump. You didn't know he changed his name legally the other day. Yeah, it's true. I said it on the internet. So yeah, we got Elon Trump. So
Oh,
as
gosh, I really did
they're
smoke
worried
some
about,
crap.
what are you looking for?
Some
So
band that he forgot. Some band that he forgot about.
A highly rated cigar. I frankly don't get it. Frankly don't get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Andalusian Bull.
What is that cigar, guys?
This is the LFD Andalusian Bull.
Okay.
Now this one,
Yeah.
this is a warning to Ali, the cigar analyst. Be very careful if you smoke that one.
Why does he have to be careful if he smokes that one?
Ali,
That one will
Ali,
go.
Ali, just be careful of the entire brand. Don't smoke it. Don't waste your money. Simple as that.
Ali, listen, if you're going to have to smoke American, here you go. CAO Brazilian Amazon, cheaper than a Camacho and better than a Camacho. There you go. And I'm just saying, if you got to smoke one, like light up a big boy. When I
Yep.
come to London, I will bring Rizzo a CAO so he can actually.
Compare and contrast. Dominican Montecristo,
Yep, I've had
Cuban
that.
Montecristo.
Mm-hmm.
There's no comparison.
Compare and
There's
contrast.
there's no comparison. As simple
And
as
then
that.
and
Anyways,
then
go
a fan
overrated.
called The Guest says life is too
Mhm.
short to smoke a
To
CAO.
smoke.
I think that's cute. Life is too
Oh,
short to smoke a CAO.
oh.
So I don't know how to take that, but you know, to each
Okay.
to each their own. You can smoke what you want. We're just giving you our opinion. There you go.
hmm
If you don't like it, get your own show. Anyway,
By the
Looks
way,
looks like the guest who said that
both of
is
yeah,
you neglected
more
to
like
say.
us.
Cuban is Cuban.
Yeah. Yeah. Razak, what were you saying?
No. There was a bit of a lag. What were you saying?
I
He
was
says,
saying.
go ahead.
Steven, go ahead.
No, he says that the guest, the gentleman who write, life is too short to smoke a CAO, is more
He's
like you and saying that he prefers Cubans.
yes.
That's all.
And what I was saying is both of you, Stephen and Osman, neglected to mention that Ali says,
Yes,
cigar analyst, the Camacho was amazing.
I said that actually earlier.
I
Really?
When you
wasn't
were,
listening.
he said the Camacho
Okay.
was amazing. Yeah, he enjoyed it.
Ali, I'm putting you on my hit list from now on.
Oh no. You know what's really good that everyone's palate is different. If you
Correct.
don't go out exploring, how are you going to find? Some people love to smoke shit cigars. I mean, the American market, as we said last week, yeah, it's full of shit cigars, and they just love them, right? In the way
Yeah.
that they call soccer, they call American football, and
Right.
football soccer, and they think Americans, like I see YouTube videos all the time. Americans think, oh, the biggest game in the world is American football. It's not. It's
Yeah.
dwarfed by actual football. So
hmm
it's called market distortion. But until you go down those various avenues, until you smoke a Gurkha or you smoke an
Right.
Oliva or you smoke a CAO Brazilian, how the fuck are you going to know what you like, what you don't like? And sometimes a bad cigar is not bad because it's a precursor to you starting or trying something different.
Correct.
I find that's often the case. Smoking a few bad cigars in a row is good because then when you smoke a really nice one, the enjoyment increases. And if you drive a Rolls Royce all the time, you'll just take it for granted. So you need those moments, those filler moments of trying other things, experimenting with flavors, and getting your palate sort of adjusted to different flavors, even if it's total shit.
Okay. And the guest says, I smoked a CAO, mortal something or other, and how to lick my dog's ass to get the bad
That's
taste
right, the
out of my
Mortal
mouth.
Coil. It was the
Yeah.
Mortal Coil. I've got it in here.
First
It's
of
the
all,
worst cigar I've ever smoked.
there's only one coil I put in my mouth, and she's lovely. Second of all, the CAO Mortal, I wouldn't smoke that or let my dog smoke it. However, the CAO Brazilian Amazon, much
It is
different.
completely
So
different.
it
Yes.
gives you a different cigar. Now, I will try the Camacho. Every time I'm out and I go to the local chemist, they don't have it. So my wholesaler that I get stuff from is putting me a little package together. And in there is the Camacho. So hopefully in the next few weeks, I will smoke a Camacho live on air and I will tell you what I think. And I'm going to do the orange one. So, there you go.
Found a large, elegant band. Osman will tell you what that is.
No, I
Osman?
can't because I can't see it. I can't see
Well,
it.
you don't even have to see it. You could tell from the how
No
designed it
idea.
is.
No,
These are
honestly.
La Galera.
See, you need to talk to me about Cuban cigars. I can tell you. When you talk about like all the scrap things, I don't know.
I love it. That's great. So basically, listen, all you people that are smoking non-Cubans, we're basically smoking crap. Just it's just a CAO Brazilian Amazon,
Not
NEGM.
really. Not really. When you talk about Padrons, they are actually the great
Oh,
cigars to
Padron is
smoke
good.
from.
We spoke about that. Yeah, like I like the
Yeah.
1926 and I like the 1964s naturals, not
Mm-hmm.
the Maduro, and they're a good cigar.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Okay, what are we
That's
looking
of
at here?
This is a
Osman
Kedorse. This is a Kedorse Clemencio.
Clemencel. Yes, that's what it is. I'm
Okay.
missing the upper part of it, but that's it. No, there we go. It's a Kiss des Orsis Clemens. Am I got
Oh,
it right?
yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Dementia is catching him up.
Okay, here we have the cigar analyst who said, I took my nephew for his first cigar the other day. I'm glad he specified that because I got a little worried. It was a QD number 52. He enjoyed that. Any
Very good.
suggestions for a new world? For a new world, to get him to try next to humble him a touch. That's A. B, from the guest, I smoked a 2023 Romeo and Juliet last night, and it was a great smoke. So there you go. So what do we recommend for the cigar analysts?
Wait, first of all, in my opinion, QD52 as a starter cigar was a big cigar for him. It should have been
Okay.
a QD50 or the QD Coronas Claros or the Joyo Monterrey Epico #2 or something like that. Now that he's smoked a 52, which was a good cigar and it's a big cigar, you should go for anything, and especially since you've asked in the New World, I would still say something with a Connecticut Reaper, which does not knock him up. Well, the things that come into my mind are the nubs with Connecticut Reaper, or
How about
the
a Zeno?
Fuentes.
It's Zeno, which is a very easy smoke.
Zeno is an
Zeno,
easy
yeah.
smoke. The Davidoff White series, which is the signature series, is fine. Anything from that, Davidoff Grand Cru 2, 3 are fine. Then you have the Fuente Hemingway short story, that is a decent
That's
cigar.
fun.
So these are all lighter and starter beginner cigars.
Yeah.
The guest
Those are good
says
smokes.
2023
Try one
Romeo
of those.
Julieta Wild
Try one of
Churchill
those.
last night. Okay, great smoke, of course. Yeah, that's Zeno. Well,
That's
they
Zeno.
actually
Crap
got
band.
crap band. Yes, of course.
Reasonable cigar. Reasonable
Can I tell
cigar.
you, it's an enjoyable smoke, but not a fan. Like I've had several, and I've never been a fan of the Zeno for some reason. It just did nothing for
It
me.
is not. It is not. It is. It is just. It is
It's
like
just
your
to blow
standard
smoke, really.
non-Cuban.
It's just to
Yeah,
blow smoke.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Excuse me.
It says I agree, but my instinct on the 52 is saying it has been a long time. Also, cannot stand the Zeno cigars. So we won't be smoking Zeno. So you know what? I was gonna say you could try them with a Padron Natural. Any of the Padron
Oh yeah.
series would be fine. Any Padron.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't give them a
Yeah.
64 or a 26, but
What's the
there's
deal with
They're
these Padrones? I haven't really smoked them. What kind of characteristic do they have? Or
go
something?
and
I haven't
go
really.
and
I've
go
had
and.
one.
Okay,
which one did you
okay.
have?
I was with someone yesterday, last night. Of again, a friend, a cigar friend, through social media, who was visiting Pakistan.
He froze in the middle of his Pakistan story. So
He
it's
did.
just us now. Yeah. So in my opinion, what I think the only thing I don't like about the Padron is it's box pressed. They have 1 through 7 or 1 through 8 are just like normal. And then they have the special series, which is 64 and 1926. They're a good
What is
smoke.
your issue? What is your issue with box press cigars?
For the kind of money they're charging, I want naked Tahitian girls to roll them between their thighs. To me, it's like I don't understand the box. I understand you still kind of make it, but then it's box press. And I'm thinking, why? I mean, that's not to me the art of the cigar. The art
To
of the
be very
cigar
honest
is,
with you, without
uh,
knowing
yeah,
the guess that I take is that you can compactly get more cigars
right,
into a rectangular space than the round ones. I would have thought that there's less air gaps.
yeah.
I
I,
can't see any other reason for doing it.
okay. Now the guest says friends don't let friends smoke Padron Natural. It's always Padron Maduro. And see, I'm not a fan of the Maduros. I'm a fan of the Naturals. And then Cigar Analyst says Stephen needs I need to read the comments slowly. You're missing out words. That's because I'm dyslexic and I just pick and choose the words I like. But yeah, see, I tried the Maduro Padrones and it didn't. I just like the Naturals. I don't know why. I think it's a
I'm
matter of taste.
just not in a position to know. People go on and on about things like Plasencia, Padrons,
Right.
Olivas. It's is in a serious way. It's out of my comfort zone. I just don't go there anymore. I've tried
Yeah.
bits and pieces. I didn't really like it. Maybe it's time to revisit. Maybe it's time to have a new look at these kind of things.
Yeah. Why
Yeah,
not? It can't hurt.
but Padron or Padron, however you want to say
Padron.
it, right,
Right.
is something that I don't mind having a go at. It seems
Okay.
to be sort of the alternative Cuban choice, if you feel like it.
Yes, yes. So before
I
I
mean,
got disconnected, that
yeah.
was what I was about to say. That the gentleman who was visiting from Canada last night and I were meeting for the first time, and he's also into a lot of Cuban cigars and all of that stuff. Visits Cuba a lot of times, and many other friends that I've met. In most of the cases, what we've come to the conclusion is that Padrones are the closest you can get to something which is a Cuban cigars.
I thought it was
So
EGN.
maybe
Make up
maybe
your mind.
no. That's I would always say Padron is one of those, and
Okay.
I would say that I think that is one of the reasons I like them more as compared to anything else.
Yeah. For the
And
1926, and
mhm,
the guest or the cigar analyst whoever said he would suggest a Maduro, and
yeah,
it's 1926 number one is the one that I usually would smoke, but I smoked natural over the Maduro. But if you're going to try it again, I would do the 1926 series. I think you'd be pleasantly
yeah,
surprised. 1964, nice, but not as good as the 1926.
yep. Well, it depends on if you like stronger cigars or not.
Right.
In
Well,
Raza's case, he loves like being bitten by things like Camacho. So,
I like the
but
1926.
yeah, so Padrons are absolutely brilliant cigars as compared to those.
And Cigar Analyst says he's tried true Padrones, and they have
Hmm.
all been exceptional, all two of them. So all of them, yeah.
Are are
So
the are the Padrones, Usman, in your opinion, um, almost reaching the Cuban cigar profile?
and he
He's done it
froze
again. He's
again.
done
He
it again.
freezes.
And I've
Yeah,
noticed that he's freezing in the same pose every single time. It's
yeah.
that.
I know it's that. Yeah, I think that they didn't feed the gerbil in Pakistan today.
No, but how is he
That runs the
managing to
internet.
freeze himself in almost the exact same pose every single time?
I think he's putting up a picture of himself, and he's doing stuff, and he comes and runs back, and he's like, boom. When he comes
I
back,
was
we'll
going to
ask him the
say
question.
something to Usman if Usman had if Usman hadn't got frozen. I was going to say, sitting here in the London market, right? What the
Right,
fuck? I'm going to waste my time on these cigars. Just smoke a fucking decent Cuban in the first place. Yeah, I mean, you can get them. You can get Cubans at the whole range of prices. Yeah,
right.
just go to entry level Cuban. It kicks ass over everything else. You'll get some.
Well,
Like as I say, I smoked a better than average cigar yesterday. The La Flor de Cana Exclusivo Reno Unido, right? So that's a
right,
UK edition of the Flor de Cana, which has just been released. That you know what the price of that cigar is? The price of that cigar is £50 on the UK market per stick. Okay,
right,
okay. So and that's a UK regional exclusive, but it's the lower end of Cuban cigars. You can pick up fairly decent Viguero Centrofinos for about I don't know 25, 26, £30, right? That's still less than shitty cigars from
right,
around
right,
the world, right? Yeah. I, I don't have the incentive these days. I don't have the incentive to smoke around. If you're going to spend that
right.
kind of price point, 25, 30, £40, smoke
Oh
something you're
yeah,
going to enjoy. Full
I
stop.
agree. Well, and
And
that's
and
and
Stephen, I would say to you, you would too. You would too.
yeah. Well, I do. I smoke. It's funny. Like for my everyday, I'm just gonna grab a smoke because if I finish this or don't finish it, I don't care because it's $5 or $6 for a cigar. But when I start smoking a Padron or some of the Fuentes Black Series or whatever, I have to make sure I have 2 or 3 hours to sit there and enjoy it. You know what I mean? So it's a little different. So, but the guests and the cigar analysts both agree that the Padron isn't quite as good as a Cuban, but they are very, very, very close to the Cubans. So it's all good. So yeah, I think we're all on the same page when it comes to that.
Usman's having
And then there
internet Usman's having internet
is it,
connection
and then it's if you want something more like a Cuban profile, you have to go to Atabey or Principal. I've not heard of those. Have you?
Nope,
Those would that's going to be an Usman question when he comes
it
back.
is. I
If he
I
comes
think
back.
Usman's signing out. His
I think
internet has
so.
gone.
Now you're stuck with us and we know nothing. So
Usman's internet is out there. Well,
mm,
there
that's
you
okay.
go. I did want to ask Usman what brand he's going to be doing a history lesson on next week, but
Well, we'll
I
give him a
guess that
second, see if he comes back. I mean, if not, that's
no,
it.
he already messaged. He already messaged saying he's on an outage. It's not going to come
It
out
was an
until
outage. Oh, well, that's the worst then. We
yeah,
miss
yeah,
him.
yeah. So he managed to slip back in, but then that's how it
Oh,
didn't work.
so according to the guests, you haven't heard of Atabey. I have not. Neither has Rizzo. And it says Cigar Island says time for the dynamic duo. Yes, Batman and Robin are back without the ringleader to hold us down. So we're either going to end the show or we're going to go
Without
off on a
the
tangent
voice
about
of
Davos.
sanity.
The voice
No,
of
so
sanity
no,
is here.
that might be a convenient point to do a wind up on this, but I am very,
Yeah.
very interested in knowing what Usman is going to talk about next week in terms of
Okay.
brand. I really hope he does one of the major, I think it's top 5 or top 6 brands.
Okay.
I get very excited by them because those are the ones we smoke quite a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
I smoke no end of Partagas. I'm having a little bit of a revival on the Montecristos.
Okay.
They're very, very interesting cigars. Very interesting. They're sort of everyone has a Marmite reaction to, people say, "Oh, I love Montecristo cigars," or "I don't like Montecristo cigars at all,"
Right.
right? But from time to time, they're very good at if you punctuate your smoking with a Montecristo, it's like, that was something I wasn't expecting. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I like it. And our guys all, and Cigar Island says we're ending on a cliffhanger. He likes it. So that's good. I feel like it's a Saturday morning cartoon. It's like we're going to wait up. We'll tell you next week.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. It's always good to see you, my friend. I'm glad we got to spend this Saturday together. And Usman, it was good to see you. And to all our fans that watched live, thank you so much. And for everybody that watched the rebroadcast,
And
thank you
next
so
week, I
much.
shall be smoking again because I'm having
Yeah.
that issue. Let me smoke again next week. I think it's the first episode in like a whole year where I didn't smoke a cigar.
Yes. You gents need to check out Cigar Unban, your YouTube, blah, 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 15. Okay. Let's see. There's a cigar show Thursday. 70 of us smoke cigars and hold the bands and blah, blah.
Very
You'll know
interesting.
it there. Yeah, we guys should try that.
Very,
Right? We can
very
do that.
interesting. I like to
And-
smoke my cigars with the band on because it increases
Me
my
too.
pleasure. If I can put a decent band on a cigar, it makes me,
Yeah.
I'm that shallow a person, it makes me feel a little bit,
Well, the reason you have your cigar while you smoke is because if you take it off in the very beginning, it unpeels your cigar, right? You got to let the
I
cigar
just
heat
don't
up.
like
Then
taking my
band.
band. I mean, I don't get it, right? You put the band on, smoke it with the band on. I like to slide the band off slowly, slowly, slowly.
Yeah, like you're supposed to.
Yeah, that's my way of smoking. Other people do it differently, right? Yeah, but the band is there. It's like the first thing you do when you buy Ferraris, you pull the fucking horse off. Why would you do that? Everyone knows it's a Ferrari. I get it, yeah, but it's part of the car.
No, you don't. You stop it. You put more Ferrari things on because you have a small schmeckle.
There you
But no,
go.
it's
There you go. Your
yeah,
mentality is great. You put more Ferrari stuff on. You don't pull the fucking badge off, do you?
that's
Yeah.
right. But with cigars, though,
Idiots.
I was taught.
I want to take the band off because I'm a
Yeah.
snob. Yeah.
But with
you.
with cigars, I was always taught, and I was taught this by a guy who runs a cigar thing. He said, "Listen, when you smoke a cigar, he says you see these people pulling off the band, and they wonder why their cigars come apart with the band. Because when the
That's
cigar
right.
heats up, then the band will slide off or unwrap easy. And so since then, that's what I do. I don't just pull it off the. I smoke what I smoke, and
Extend the
that's it.
life of the cigar. Keep the band on.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Even look at the band. Even when you
Mhm.
take the cigar, look at the band. Absorb it. Absorb the
Enjoy.
moment. Enjoy
Yeah.
it. Know what you're smoking. Remind yourself what you're smoking. It's a nice feeling. Wear the fucking
Yeah.
band on your pinky finger near the end, whatever you want to do, right? Yeah.
Right.
But the band is part of the cigar. It's part of the construction of the cigar. It's part of the engineering, the marketing, the
experience.
ethos, the mythos. Take the band, and I don't like people who tear the band off. You know when they pull it off.
Yeah. No.
Try like virtually no band that I have. Virtually no. Fucking hell. I'll find the only band that has been cut
Go on, man.
in that. Yeah.
It's
But
fine.
virtually
It's
every
fun,
single
Oliva.
band is
Right.
what the fuck is that? Well, blend 42 Maduro. That's from JJ Fox. That's a
Okay,
JJ
very
Fox
nice.
cigar. But anyway, we can cut the. But the band is part of the cigar. The band is a very
Yes.
important thing. Sorry.
Yeah, it is, and I agree with you. I think it's meant to be enjoyed. To your point, whether you have a Ferrari, you have a Lamborghini, you have a Rolls Royce, or whatever, you're not yanking off the emblem. It's meant to be enjoyed, and that's it. It's
Meant
part
to
of
be
the
enjoyed.
experience.
So a reminder is part of the experience.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. My friend, it is always good to see you. Have a wonderful
pleasure,
week.
sir.
I hope my pleasure. And is it to all our friends overseas that are watching? Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. We'll see you here next Saturday. If you want us to cover a subject that we didn't cover, put in the comments section or send us an email and we will give it to Usman and he will cover it. And next week we'll feed his gerbils so the internet will work. And there you go. Ciao, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe and like. that was a